Hello and welcome to the forest. Today I'm out here shooting with the Sony S50, a very nice Digicam from the year 2000. One of my favorite early 2000 cameras is the Sony S70, and this is sort of the, let's say, one tier lower model of Sony's cameras at that time. Interestingly, it still has some advantages to the S70. Now, this camera I found in a flea market, just like the S70. I had no idea this model existed before I found it, and I was very excited to find another Sony from this time. I had no idea if the camera would work or not, but still got it because it was only €4, and yeah, usually the cameras from this time still work. At least from my own experience, most of the cameras I found in flea markets work. It came with a battery, a Sony Lithium, which is still working great. Well, it's not the one I have in it at the moment. This is like a third-party one. Now, it did not come with a memory stick, and the only memory stick I have is an 8 megabyte one. Like so, actually it's 16 megabytes. Remembered wrong, but anyway, you don't get that many photos on it. You get like maybe 15 or so on the highest quality with this camera. The charger was also missing, but fortunately I had one at home. So the S50 is basically a budget version of the S70, and well, the biggest differences can be found first of all in the lens. The S50 has a Sony branded lens, unlike the S70, which has a Carl Zeiss branded lens. And there's also no viewfinder on the S50, but instead you have a flip-up screen. You can rotate this as such, very convenient for reaching difficult angles, and it looks very similar to the one on the Mavic FT91. The other changes, well, the S70 has 3 megapixels and the S50 has 2, I think 2.1, and on top you can see that there is no information screen either. Also, there are less manual settings on the S50. But still, I would say that the S50 is a very powerful camera. The S50 has one more advantage over the S70, and that is the fact that you don't have to remove the lens cap when starting the camera. It does not return any error. Okay, the screen is very dark, but it did start up. It seems like the lens on the S50 is completely internal. When you are zooming, there is no movement, external movement, and the same when focusing. It seems to be completely internal. I mean, I'm pressing the button here for zooming and nothing is moving on the lens, which is quite interesting. Usually this is something I associate with, let's say, pro level cameras or lenses, that they have internal focusing and zooming as well. But yeah, quite nice design on the S50 here. Conveniently, the sun went behind the clouds, so now I can show the screen. There's actually a way to make the screen brighter. There's this switch here, which you can see it's written bright and normal. So it's a quick switch for increasing the screen brightness. It doesn't do so much, but it helps. Okay. Now the thing I love about these old Sony cameras is that they have this wonderful beeping sounds when navigating the menus. It's like playing a computer game. And this beep can be turned off, but I don't know, why would you turn it off? It's quite wonderful. And well, the next one is the camera settings. There's like exposure compensation, flash level, and white balance and sharpness. The image size is can use different image sizes. Of course, I could use the VGA mode and get a lot of photos. Let's see how many photos I get with that. Of course, this camera doesn't show how many photos you have left, only like how many you have taken and how much is left of the memory. So I don't know how many photos I will get. Quite a lot actually, because I have 3 photos now taken with the normal resolution, and still quite a lot left. And what effects do we have? Well, there is the date stamp, which I can turn it on for this video. Other effects, well, you can select a few different, like solarized and sepia and black and white, but I can take some photos with each effect to show what they do. And well, the display can actually not be shut off because there is no viewfinder, so you cannot use it without having the display on. And with this program button, you can change some exposure settings. You can have it in aperture priority or shutter priority. And there are a few different modes, like a night mode as well, and landscape modes. The settings are not as many and as advanced as on the S70, but there are definitely enough things to have some fun with this camera. When it comes to image quality, well, it has a very distinct early 2000s digital look, which is very nice, of course. I mean, that's one reason why I would use a camera like this. And yeah, the colors and everything look very typical for the era. It has video as well, lasts maybe 5 seconds or so. And the resolution is very low of the video. No idea how the sound sounds like, but I guess I'll see that. Still room for one video, let's see. The screen looks okay though. Still room for one more video. Shooting with this camera is a lot of fun. It does provide a very nice year 2000 Digicam experience. The speed of the camera is, I mean, it's not too slow or anything. It's quite quickly you can open it and take a photo. I mean, it only took a few seconds for me to open it and take a photo. I mean, also I have gotten used to slow cameras since I've been using them a lot now, so it's not really a problem for me anymore that the camera is a bit slow. I mean, the startup or focusing. Of course, if I was trying to capture a very specific moment, then it would be a problem. But for, let's say, type of photos I usually do with this, it's not really an issue. And this camera is quite good for taking selfies, even though the grip is a bit awkward with one hand like this. Oops, now it flashed me even. Yeah, I usually use the flippy screen as a waist level finder. It's also very good for keeping the camera stable, so it's much nicer than holding the camera out in front of you. So yeah, and of course, since I only have a 16 megabyte card for the camera, it does provide some challenges when shooting with it. I cannot take how many photos I want. I have to be a bit, let's say, conservative and think about how I shoot. Of course, I could bring a laptop with me and a card reader and empty the card and continue shooting. So to conclude this video, I have to say I really like the S50. One nice camera added to the collection, which I hopefully will use a lot also. Yeah. Now only the S30 is missing from Sony's year 2000 selection of well, this sort of style of Digicams. Of course, they had plenty other models as well. Well, in any case, thank you for watching and see you in my next video. Bye!